I want to get your opinion on password managers. Love the idea behind them, but it's hard to
Sure.
trust one company with all my passwords.
Yeah, I don't know. Luke, you want to speak to that?
Don't trust them.
Good call. Good call.
Try to. It almost feels like a necessity in the modern age, because if you do like anything, you're gonna have way too many passwords.
Yep.
Single sign-on is becoming more popular. That is an interesting thing, but that also has a very similar problem, where one thing is going to control access to many other things. I think there's going to be some major disruption to passwords and logins in the next like 5 to 10 years. I think there's going to be some extremely major disruption to that whole field. But there is a range of security options that you can choose. There are some like self-hosted password managers that you can have. So that's a much higher level of security that you can have if that's something that you're looking for. There is also some expertise, some maintenance, and some management that come along with doing that. So you have to be willing to actually do that.
It's one of those things where I feel like there's a group of people that will jump straight to, well, you should self-host it, without really considering that for a lot of people, even the act of setting up a password manager is a lot to expect.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So it's not an option for everyone. And then if you do decide to use one, just make sure, like if you follow some like news setup of some type, add to your feed the keyword of the name of that company, so that you can keep on top of it and hope that it's like open source, so that the security of it is constantly being evaluated. And
to be clear, open
make
source
sure that 2FA is on everything.
Is not a magic silver bullet
either.
No.
It just means that it's constantly being evaluated by a multitude of sources.
Unless it's a very small open source project and nobody happens to be looking at it.
Absolutely true. It could be completely abandonware, and it could be a situation where a 0-day lasts forever because no one ever actually notices that it's there. So yeah, it's I don't know. The whole world of that type of stuff is a little sketch right now, unless you want to self-host, but that's also complicated. And if you self-host a password manager and you're not managing the backups for it properly, you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have a really, really bad day. But yeah, also, so I have heard this before. I never realized that it was a thing, but some people think like, oh, I have a password manager and all my passwords have like 100 characters in them. I don't need 2FA. That's just stupid. And like, I don't have anything else to say about that. That's just unintelligent. Just
okay.
It is a thing that has been said. No, you don't even know them, but I don't. You need 2FA. 2FA is like hugely powerful right now.
Yeah.
3FA if you can.
And ideally, you want to pick good factors. SMS is not a very good factor for your 2FA.
SMS is a trash factor. Yeah.
There's almost nothing left on SMS for me, and that is on purpose because phone numbers are so trivial to find. And taking them over,
and
like SIM hijacking them, is so trivially easy through social engineering, and no amount of better encryption is going to save you from social engineering.
There's nothing that you can do, because the social engineering to get your phone number has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the phone company. I had something to say and I don't remember. Darn it.
It was probably really good though.
Oh yeah. If you have a company or an organization that only does SMS 2FA, reach out to them in some way. If you have to use them, reach out to them in some way, like the Canadian government, and ask them to support things other than just SMS.
Oh my God.
That's insane.
Did I ever tell you about my stupid conversation with Equifax support?
No.
Oh my God. Oh man. So, it might not have been Equifax. It might have been the other one. But for some reason, I had to have credit monitoring through one of those services.
Yeah.
I literally got a newsletter from them talking about the importance of 2FA for protecting your own security. And this is literally Like it was Equifax or the other one. What's the other stupid one? It was
Equifax is the main one that I know of because of the breach.
There's two big ones. There's Equifax and then there's the other big one. And I literally got a newsletter from them talking about the importance of two-factor. TransUnion, that's the other one. So I don't remember which one of them it was. But I'm on the phone with them going, hey, you guys like have all my financial like credit information in here and you don't even support two-factor. You literally sent me a newsletter saying how important it is, and you literally don't even support it. Unbelievable. What can be done? They're like, basically, entry tier customers from, like,
Yeah.
So, guys, if you work for, Anyway, if you work for a company that doesn't do 2FA properly, please advocate because it's so important. And if it's any kind of important financial or otherwise personal, potentially compromising information, you absolutely have to have it be required. It needs
and even
to be
then,
required.
you still have to be careful because you could be holistically compromised and they could still get into your systems or whatever else. So you still have to be careful. Nothing is a fully encompassing solution, but 2FA is a super big deal.
Oh no,
Sorry.
the horror stories are showing
Really
up in the
long
chat.
answer.
Soapy Mac and Cheese says T-Mobile apparently recently killed off email 2FA, forcing you to use SMS. Like, why? Why? I mean, I can tell you why, because sending emails costs T-Mobile money, whereas text probably don't. That's probably why.
They run their own thing. I was going to say usually text is more expensive than email, but yeah, they run their own thing. That's funny.
Glad to hear it, Infinity Puddle. Okay, their school district is turning off SMS and moving to required 2FA. Love to see it.
Awesome.
Good.
Very cool.
Good. Happy to hear it. All right. Why don't you hit us with a couple more and then we'll move on to another big
good
topic.
job, too, to those IT teams because I know, and they probably don't hear it very often because government and essentially government IT teams often have to move very slowly. There's a lot of steps and hoops and stuff that they have to jump through.
And
so if you're able to push stuff like that through,
you have to educate.
Yes. So if you're able to push something like that through, that's a big win. Good job.
Yeah, props. You're doing the Lord's work because no one else is going to thank you for it. You're going to get a ton of angry emails. What do you mean I have to do this? My password's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You have to update my account.
And I can always remember it and I just type it in so fast. So keep doing what you're doing. It's really important. All right. Oh, okay. We got someone asking, why is SMS 2FA so bad? Because SMS 2FA, if someone hijacks your SIM, like if they call your carrier and pretend to be you and get a new SIM issued in your name, it will have your number. So if they have compromised your passwords in some other way, they can quickly go log into things, two-factor authenticate, change out all the phone numbers associated with your two-factor, and lock you out of your accounts. And it is a real nightmare. If you don't happen to be like a public figure like I am, getting my accounts back is relatively straightforward. I call my YouTube rep and I'm like, yo, I need my account back now. It's frozen. It's done. It's out. I'm authenticated. They know who I am. But I went through this. Back before that was not the case. I lost my YouTube account. And getting it back took a month. It's a really awful, stressful experience. And
for a lot of people,
and there's so much uncertainty. Will I ever get it back? What else have they compromised while they've had access to my email? What credentials are they changing? Email is basically the key to your life, right? It's rough.
Thanks for watching, and thanks to DreamHost for sponsoring this week's clips. DreamHost offers premium WordPress websites and hosting at affordable prices with free, award-winning 24/7 customer support. Check out DreamHost's current deals using the link below.